Morning and welcome to the newspaper review this morning. I'm Esther Kalu. We have to let you know what has made the news this morning. Now we're joined by telephone call to talk to our guest this morning, a public affairs analyst. Sheson Okwade is joining us via telephone call. Good morning and thanks for joining us on the newspaper review.
Good morning, Esther, and good morning to our listener. My pleasure to be here this morning.
Yes, let's start with the NSAS report. We have a protester this morning, a witness rather, who said he was attacked by hoodlums. This is a witness coming up to say that I'm being attacked for just coming out to even talk to the panel. How do you see this particular report?
Thank you very much, Esther. I think I want to sound unpopular this morning as regards that. If you say hoodlum attacking us, I want to tell everyone that the state of insecurity in the state is huge. Some people may not want to buy into my idea of saying something like we can have a coincidence. Individuals are being attacked on a daily basis. Even people that are very close to me have seen the instances. A journalist was attacked even on the bridge at K2 not too long, and we saw what happened. So I feel on my part, it's personal, that it's more of coincidence, because I asked myself the question, how did an hoodlum understand that lady? Fine, we might say that the people who are behind it might send them. But we have so many of these riffraffs on the road that just attacked indiscriminately. We have reached that the level of insecurity in town is hard. You are driving around 6-7 in a very dark area. People eat at your glass, they break it, and do all sorts of things. I would just feel that the government should investigate and come out with the right position. But we can still have it also as coincidence, because there is serious insecurity in the land.
Okay, thanks for that particular comment, but I'd like to move briefly away from the NSAS report and get into the statement from the federal government giving deadlines to workers to get vaccinated if they love their jobs. I'd like to ask, aside this method, is there any other approach to try to encourage workers, or is there a way that workers can say we have the right to or not get vaccinated?
Yeah, I think the area with government should have considered, you see, people have lost confidence and trust in governance. And quite unfortunate that even the civil servant does not trust their employer. So when there is trust deficit on the part of employee and employer, the employee goes around and enforce what should have been a willing act. Something that the employee would have done willingly to make sure that he carry out his act. So what I see playing out here is because government know themselves that the civil servant does not have confidence in them, and they are passing the message that we need to get this vaccine. And if you must start with the civil servant to set the pace by saying that we are leading by example. So they have to enforce it. But it is not the best approach, because I am a witness. Some people might react to this. Some has resorted in traditional way of overcoming this approach. But because government need to pass a message to the populace, they need to start with their own, and that's why I feel enforcement that they are using is the best approach for them, even though so many of us will not support that.
But I'd like to even ask just on the side, because vaccination cards is one of the easiest ways to prove that you have been vaccinated. Don't you see a problem coming up if we are going to be using just that method to prove that you have been vaccinated, just the card, and not to really check your body to show that you have really been vaccinated? Because a paper can be created anywhere, and there had been reports of fake vaccination cards in the past. Don't you see that there's going to be a rise in this kind of cases?
Yeah, there's going to be a rise, Esther. But the issue we've been addressing with the government is sincerity on the part of even the civil servants themselves.
Okay.
How do we mean? We are supposed to have a database that card alone will not suffice.
Okay.
And people that input the database are guided with integrity. So that at the point of, you see, if you look at the insurance company, at the time we have everywhere flooded with fake insurance paper, even the so-called third party. What did they adopted? When you do a real insurance paper, the people keying into the data, that paper you are carrying is just a paper. Okay. The other thing people do is they scan your vehicle and goes to the database of NIA, and they're able to pull out that thing that you are holding is genuine or not. Okay. Until we automate our process. Those cards that we are owing will just be used. There are instances of where people travel into the country and buy the card and just go about their normal business. You know, even carrying the COVID themselves, and people don't know, so they just present the card and file it. We must go beyond just the card, document it in such a way that we have assurance that what we have on our database correlates with what we are carrying. So that when we punch it in and you are not on database, we invalidate the cards that you are holding. Technology is what is driving the world now, and government should key into that so that we can have confidence in some of those things that we are going about with.
Okay, I'll ask two more questions briefly before we call it a day. First, that has to do with business away from health now. This business matter is is linked to the LPG, cooking gas. Now, we have in the news this morning that the federal government yesterday promised to procure 10 million gas cylinders for marketers for onward distribution to end users. The units would be exchanged with old cylinders from various homes. Is this going to help reduce the cost of cooking gas from is it 750 naira for a kilogram for 1 kg? Is this going to change anything at all?
Well, it's not going to change anything. And we have said it that government at times, all in the name of trying to win the heart of the masses to themselves, they disappoint us. I think what are the forces behind the increase in this gas? We've been buying it for 3,000, 3,500, 4,000. All of a sudden, as I yesterday I procure at the gas station is about 8,125 naira. What are the factors responsible for this? It is not the cylinder. It's because we are actually bringing this thing, and the people that are selling are telling us that there has been increase in the tariff on the part of the government. There has been increase in the exchange rate. Meanwhile, we are the highest gas sharing nation in Sub, but we have not managed this thing effectively. So I think rather than investing in saying you want to buy cylinder, if you buy the cylinder, are they going to continue to fill the gas for you? The answer is no. We don't need the cylinder. We need you to address the issue that we force down the price of gas, which is in terms of the tariff that has gone up, in terms of the foreign exchange for the people that are bringing in those gas. So for me, I don't think this will assist in any way. It will rather aggravate it more in the sense that there will be more demand. Those 10,000 gas cylinder, if you want to fill it, you have more demand and the supply is minimal. And you and I know what is obtainable in economics. When demand outweighs supply, the price will go up. So I feel government should address the fundamental problem of making sure that the cost of the increase in gas supply is addressed, which is foreign exchange and the tariff that is being charged on the people that are selling those things, and not just getting us gas cylinder.
Okay, thanks for that particular analysis. Now, let me wrap it up this morning with politics. We have direct primaries. NAS expects Buhari to sign Electoral Act Amendments Bill that is coming from Ahmed Lawan. And how does this affect Nigerians and how we vote in the next election?
Yeah, if you discovered the electoral act that is going to be signed, the bill that will start be signed into the law, we have got some confidence with the way INEC is addressing things. This we got from the last election of Anambra.
Okay.
If some of those things that are entrenched in that electoral act, it will increase the confidence that you and I, who always that the election has been concluded, we now see the transparency. We also what people said about Anambra.
Yeah.
This is our anointed candidate. This is this. He has the federal government backing. The prevailing party is the one that will take the lead. This and that. But it came out in a different form that people least expect. And the better candidate won the election as far as the citizens are concerned. So if this is signed by the governor, by the president, you discover that we have more inclusion, electoral inclusion. Everybody can now come out to say, let us vote for credible candidates. One. Two, credible people too can now come out and say, I know I have confidence in INEC and in the electoral act, that even if they misbehave, if I go to the court of law, I have a law that can back me up to win my mandate. So I think it's important and it's fundamental, because the major cause of our problem is that we have wrong set of people administering the affair of state, and it's because our electoral act is default. And if this can be corrected, we'll be better off for it.
Thank you so much for your analysis on the newspaper review this morning, Sheson Okwade.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a wonderful day.
Do have a great day ahead. Thank you to our guests who joined us on the newspaper review as well. On the newspaper review this morning, remember you can catch up some of the details on news around the globe at 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. My name is Esther Kalu. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for watching.